Welcome back, party people. Now it is a new day, a new video on the Charlie Bacon channel. Now, to be so real, guys, I've not really got a lot of, well, I always have a lot to say, but I've not got any crazy updates right now. I'll address a few questions. Why have I got my hood up? No, I've not had an awful haircut. My hair is just too long. And I'm keeping the hood up because, yeah, I want to, so I'm going to do that. Number two, what am I doing with my life? Yeah, I'm not sure the answer to that either, to be honest. I'm still trying to figure that out right now, I think. But no, stuff is good. Oh, dude. Inherently, things are good, to be honest. Just finished exams. I finished last week. Then we went away to Germany to watch Palace in the Conference League final. Thankfully, we won, so good news, and thank you for winning that. So we take that in day of the week. Now I'm back. Now I'm back at uni, and I got about a week, I'd say, until term finishes in my mind. There's literally nothing on though, and I'll be like, I really don't like it, to be honest. I think. Wait a second. Bless me. Anyway, throughout the course of the year, you always say, oh, I can't wait for stuff to be done. I can't wait to be finished with this project. And then you go on to the next project. I can't wait to be done with this essay. And we go on to the next one. And then I said that for my project, my big project. I said that for my exams. And now I'm done. I'm like, let's run it back. Let's go back. Because I want to be doing that stuff. I want to be working towards something, you know. I think I've always operated well in an academic system because I'm really good at following deadlines and kind of following the structure, and I can break it down into like digestible bits and attack it and approach it, and then end up with a really high end quality, high mark in an academic sense result. Same with essays, same with projects, and I think that's why I'm doing decently well on my degree. I'm not winning any Nobel Peace Prizes, but I'm enjoying it. I'm doing well. So that's good news, and hopefully I'll continue to do well. But one thing I do really struggle with is the doing it outside of an academic sense. So, like, I can build my structure and routine around that kind of those academic requirements. So when I got essays and stuff due, I know that, I want to be at the library for 7 hours, so I will go to the gym before. I'll be up at 6:30 and go to the gym. I'll know that in the evening I need to do some applications, so I'll set some time out to do applications and such. But when I haven't got that academic kind of constraint in the most positive way of using that word, I think I really struggle with maximizing my days, but also setting goals. So let me get my whiteboard for you guys real quick. Can you see me? It's dark, but we can run that. So what I've done is I've made this. Ta-da! I hope you can see that. Let me balance it at the back actually for you guys so you can see this whilst in the background. Does that look good? Yeah, I think that looks good. Anyway, as I was saying before I got rudely interrupted, essentially what I've tried to do is, what I'm trying to do in the midst of it, I can't say I've succeeded nor failed yet, but I'm in the midst of it, is setting actionable goals and kind of constraints for myself whilst I'm not in that academic sphere now. My plan is to stay in Durham over the summer, just because I think it allows me to maximize my tenancy agreement. On top of that, it allows me really just to kind of harness and focus on the things that I've been perhaps putting off and that I haven't perhaps put a lot of thought into, or as much thought as I should have. I really have struggled getting an internship over the summer. And as of right now, I've not got one. I'm really hoping to get something to fulfill me and to do over the summer, because that really frightens me not getting one, because I really don't want to leave university and perhaps convert onto a master's program without having experience, because personally for me it's embarrassing, and it just shows a lack of willingness and desire, which I don't think I don't think I deserve that title, because I put a lot of time and effort into internships and fellowships and stuff, and I've just been unsuccessful for whatever reason. Congratulations to the people that got on, of course. good luck for you guys, and I hope you smash all your internships and placements and stuff over the summer for sure. And yeah, I'm going to keep applying for them and try and get one over the summer. But I think that's been something that's been a really big kind of eye opener, an eye opener for me. I'm quite an indecisive person in terms of I like to just go with the flow to an extent. Like, I don't want to put boundaries on my social media stuff, and I'm kind of put it in a box because I just don't think that's how my brain works, and I don't operate the best in that kind of system. So, I mean, I don't know if you can see on my board over there, but I've basically broken it down into, I mean, on there, there's three kind of categories in terms of things I want to be dividing my time into. So on the left, I've got work, and that essentially just refers to some sort of placement or internship or kind of involvement, like some professional involvement. So yeah, my aim, it just says in there, is get stuck into something, and that's essentially it really. I probably don't think you can read it, and hopefully you can't, but some things I've got in the pipeline, some plates I'm spinning currently in terms of things to explore and look into. So yeah, that's exciting, and that's a focus I want. Is it might not be for the whole summer, but have something that I can put on my CV, put on my LinkedIn, and just do, to be honest. That I think will help with my kind of professional career further down the line, and maybe my content, and just the man that I am and the man I want to be, 100%. Second of all, on there is my training plan. So, I mean, I think it's something we speak about, and we actually spoke about it in my first video as well, in terms of physique and getting in the ideal physique that I want to be in, and how I get there. I'm at a really good point in that process now, and I've gone through a plan already, and I'm on my second plan in terms of recomp. So I've really not got a lot to update you in that scenario. I'm enjoying it. I'm learning. I'm pushing myself as hard as I can go, and I'm excited to show you guys the results soon. When I feel like I'm at a point where I can express that with you. But for now, it's still in the works, I shall say. Fantastic. Number 3 is my content. So content refers to this and my Instagram. Now, content is a really interesting thing, and it's something that definitely plagues my mind. I don't do this for money. I don't do this for fame. I don't do this for anything really in terms of gaining. I really just do it because I enjoy speaking to you who's watching this. And I like talking about how I'm feeling, and how I'm progressing with things, because I think it's almost therapeutic, and really enjoyable for me. And I just hope that I can help someone. But I do think my content is twofold. So my Instagram content is more simple, obviously short form because it's Instagram, but it's that kind of discipline piece, motivation piece, that kind of thing. And I'm really enjoying that, and kind of I'm understanding about how to create a brand, and how to create uniform content in terms of style and coloring, etc., etc. And I'm really enjoying that, and I think my YouTube is a manifestation of that and the things I've learned so far. And yeah, my YouTube's a place where I just come and speak to you guys, really. And I'm just open and honest about the things that I've got going on, and the things and the way that I feel. Yeah, so that's really good. I mean, I think there's actually something that's not on there. There's something that's definitely come into my mind in the past few days. Now, I don't know how familiar you guys are with my, I would like to say, like, entrepreneurial spirit, as I put it in an email earlier today. But essentially, I'm really interested in kind of having my own product or business per se. And I guess I never really thought of my content as a kind of a facade of this. I think my content's always just been a As I said to you, kind of like a therapeutic thing. Sorry, guys. Excuse me. But I'm really enjoying. So yeah. So this isn't really kind of what I was referring to. My this content whole piece shebang kind of thing. In refer to my entrepreneurial spirit, that's more so separate. So let's move that over there. What I'm referring to entrepreneurial spirit is kind of creating like a product, a company, that delivers something and builds something. So I really, really love like technology, AI, coding, everything in that kind of world really. And I'm not like an expert coder or anything, but I've coded apps and websites and done front end and back end stuff, and it's something I'm learning about more as I go along really. So I'd really love to have my own business. Now last year over the summer, what was it last year? Yeah, last year I came back about 4 weeks early from summer, and I really spent some time building like an app, which I still have the domain for. It was called Zenity AI, and I used it to. What the kind of aim of it was to help with social media automation using AI, and I really really enjoyed that. And I spoke to the Venture Lab here at Durham, and I'd love to do something like that again. In terms of building something and coding something, I could also see that as a long-term thing of my own, because I would love to own something myself and build it, so I'm solely responsible for it. Allows flexibility with work and stuff, which I think is really really nice. So, fucking I'll keep yawning. Sorry, guys. Anyway, that is something I really want to continue over the summer and spend some time on over the summer. Yeah, building something. So, as I said, I built that thing last summer, and I really would love to do something like that again this summer. But the problem is, I get super overwhelmed by like how many things I want to do, and how many things I'm kind of focused on, and then I'm just doing nothing. Like, it's like 6 things I want to do, for example. 6 things I want to do, and then I'm like, oh my god, like how do I do any of these things? And then I just will either digress from them and move on, or just try and like force myself to forget about them, or just get like super overwhelmed by it all. And I think that's just that's something I really really need to resolve, and kind of deal with myself. Like my dad always says, it's like I can do one thing at a time. And I really need to get better at doing. Like, I agree entirely, and I do think I need to get better at that, just because I think it will benefit me overall in the long run. But I've got really exciting summer planned ahead, with lots of exciting plans, all in basically in terms of self-improvement and kind of working towards goals, which is really exciting, I think. It is slightly overwhelming, but I'm just going to set goals, not overthink it, and just work, to be honest, and see what happens. And I'm really nervous, to be honest, because I've always operated in a system that's been created by someone else, and now I want to create a system of my own that allows me to really kind of achieve the goals that I want. Because I was listening to the Higher Up Wellness podcast. No, I think it's just called the Higher Up podcast, but I was listening to that recently, and he's got loads of fantastic episodes, but one that stood out to me was he did with Nick. I don't want to butcher his name, but I think Nick Comodina. He's like a kind of like a business mental coach kind of thing, and obviously Michael from Higher Up Wellness kind of does that similar thing. I guess it's more personal development, but also does business and fitness stuff as well. Regardless, we digress. A really interesting podcast on how a lot of people imagine that you get lots of money, you get a Lamborghini, you get a penthouse, you get like 100 Rolexes, and they think that makes them happy. But they said that, using a quote from Robin Williams, talking about how he wishes people could do that to realize that that's not the answer, and it really made me think about, if that's not what I want, what do I want from life? Like, what am I working for to achieve? Because for me personally, I don't want. Obviously, Lamborghinis are cool when they're flashy, and like, you see them driving on the road, you're like, that's really sick. But that's not really what makes me happy. That feeling of kind of being like full inside, in a kind of spiritual way, but also like just for the man that I want to be. It's I want to have money and have enough to live my life, and to give my kids enough so they can live, and not have to suffer, or go without things that they need. But I don't want an abundance of wealth, in terms of excessive amounts. I think for me now, it just doesn't feel right, especially with the kind of inequality that there is across the world, with wealth. Yeah, and that's just how I feel about it right now. And that may change in the future, but yeah, that's just my perspective on it now. In my 20s, I'd love to live in like a flat or something in like Melbourne, or like Australia or something, doing coding and running my own thing, and kind of making a living off that, which I think would be super, super cool. And then having the money to see my family and bring them over, and fly back and see my brother and sister, and see them, because ultimately family is everything to me. But I also recognize that I can't spend my whole life at home with them, because I need to go and achieve the things I want to achieve, and I know what my final goals are, and I have an idea about how I get to them. So now I'm just gonna work every day towards them, and enjoy myself as well. I think it's really common in this kind of lock-in culture, to spread this notion and this idea of locking in entirely, going to the gym every day for the rest of your life, and only eating steak and grapes and stuff like that, and like diarrheaing, and cold showers and stuff. And I think those things are quite positive, to be honest, in terms of cold showers is apparently good for you and stuff. But something that I am trying to understand is not everything needs to be kind of perfect. Like, you don't need to be doing every single one of those things for your life to be perfect. If you woke up, or I woke up every day and had a cold shower, it wouldn't make me the happiest man on earth personally, because I don't really want to have a cold shower. I like to have a little bit of warmth in my shower. But basically what I'm saying is, there's not a simple solution or a linear solution for everyone. There's not. And not everyone's life is aesthetic as it's painted to be on the internet and stuff. Like, life is beautiful, don't get me wrong, and we should be positive 100%, but it's not always what you see on Instagram. It's not always what you see. Life is going to be muckier, it's going to be dirtier, it's going to be messier. It's not going to be as nice as a aesthetic, nice Porsche that you see on Instagram, or a slate grey kitchen that you see on Instagram with all these posts and stuff. And I understand it gets views and stuff, and I use it, of course, on my stuff, but like, it's not what my life looks like. You can see what my life looks like. I've got down there, got about 1 million cards that need to be sorted through, because it's something I enjoy, and it might not be flashy to like be collecting football cards, but I don't really give a fuck, to be honest. I enjoy it, and I'm going to continue doing it. Do what you want to do with your life, yeah? Don't let anyone else tell you what you need to do. Just do what you enjoy and follow what you enjoy. Who gives a fuck if it works out? Just do whatever you want to do, yeah? You can see people doing other things, and amazing things, and achieving great things, and wish success on them, and hope that they do well, of course. But don't let it put you down. Don't let it put you down in the slightest, because you waste years of your life. I've done it. I've wasted so long in my head worrying about things that never ended up happening, and stressed about things that never ended up happening, and you go through all these possibilities in your head, and it can drive you insane. So I heard this really good quote where someone said, just live like a child. It sounds a little bit silly when you say it, but it's just, don't deep things too much. Don't hold on to things. It's just live life, and every second is a new experience and a new thing. Like, almost that kind of that Dory mindset from, is it called Finding Dory or Finding Nemo? I don't know, but the second one, where she has short-term memory loss. Almost live like that. Just live every second as if it's your last, and if you remember nothing else, and you'll live a happy and fulfilled life, I think, in that regard. But yeah, this has been a video, a bit of a random one, to be honest. I don't think I'll edit it too much. I'll just chuck it up like this. And yeah, I hope you guys are well. I hope you're building something. I hope you're enjoying your life. I hope you're not being too hard on yourself. And if there's anything I can do, I'm not selling any kind of product or course off this, because I don't really think I have anything of value to offer you right now in terms of selling you something. I don't think it's really what I want to do. I just hope that you enjoyed listening to me. I hope that helped you with something. And I hope that you have a great rest of the day and a great rest of your life if I don't see you again. As I say at the end of every video, actually, I don't think I even do, but I need to start saying this: peace and love, people.